iPhone 14 Pro Max came out in 2022, which feels like a very long time ago. Apple once again pushed the boundaries of technology using this phone. And we are here to break down every aspect of this flagship device today in 2024. We will be discussing so much more about this phone, such as whether it's worthy to buy after the launch of the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is an absolutely beast of a phone. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and bell icon to stay updated with the latest tech reviews, of course, when they drop down. When it comes to design and build quality, the first thing that catches your eye is the stunning design of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Apple has once again outdone themselves with a sleek and premium build on this phone. The steel frame combined with the glass back not only looks gorgeous but also feels incredibly sturdy, especially when you hold it. The attention to detail is evident and the device sits comfortably in your hand, which is very incredible and attention to details with Apple products. Compared to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the iPhone 14 Pro Max has a satisfying, hefty feel to it. Personally, I enjoyed holding the iPhone 14 Pro Max since I don't know if it's me alone, but I associate hefty with quality. This doesn't mean that the iPhone 15 Pro Max is not of good quality. The iPhone 15 Pro Max uses titanium, which is lighter when compared to steel, and also the titanium used on the iPhone 15 Pro Max is much stronger compared to steel that is used in the iPhone 14 Pro Max. When it comes to the display, the iPhone 14 Pro Max display is nothing short of breathtaking. The 6.7-inch Super Retina XDR display with ProMotion technology delivers vibrant colors, deep blacks, and an impressive 120Hz refresh rate. Whether you're gaming, watching videos, or just browsing, the fluidity and sharpness of the screen enhance the overall user experience. Scrolling through pages on this display is so satisfying. I'm really happy that Apple finally introduced the ProMotion display technology, which in general means a higher refresh rate display, just like 120 Hz refresh rate that Samsung uses on their display, but just the typical Apple introduced this fancy name, the ProMotion display, to call a higher refresh rate display for their phone, which is absolutely genius. When it comes to the cameras, Apple never disappoints, especially with the video quality. The iPhone 14 Pro Max boasts a triple lens camera system, including an enhanced ultra-wide lens, a larger sensor for the wide lens, and improved low light performance, which means night photos are going to be crazy good. The ProRAW and ProRes video recording capabilities add a professional touch to content creation. The front-facing camera on the iPhone 14 Pro Max has also seen significant improvements, making those FaceTime calls and selfie even more impressive. Photography on the iPhone 14 Pro Max and iPhone 15 Pro Max are almost similar. It will be very hard to tell the difference between these two phones, especially when you take photos. Under the hood, the iPhone 14 Pro Max is powered by the A16 Bionic chip. This ensures unparalleled performance, although not the latest chip from Apple, it is still capable. It will be very hard to tell the performance difference between this phone and the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which uses Apple's A17 chip. Whether you're multitasking, gaming, or running demanding application, this device handles it all with ease. The integration of iOS 17 further optimizes the user experience, making the overall performance incredibly smooth and responsive to use. With great power comes great responsibility, and Apple always nails it with Pro Max phones, which comes with bigger batteries. The iPhone 14 Pro Max's battery life is extremely good. The optimized hardware and software work in harmony to provide an all-day battery life. Even with heavy usage, I was left with almost 30% of the battery at the end of the day, which is absolutely mental. The lightning port, which is a bummer, of course, in the iPhone 14 Pro Max, in this phone does not charge up the phone as fast as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which uses a Type-C charger. The only welcoming feature, or the only thing that differentiates the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max, is the charging port and also the chip. But it will be very hard to tell the difference between these two phones when you look at them. To sum it up, the iPhone 14 Pro Max is a true flagship that excels in every department, even 1 year down the line. From its premium design to the stunning display, powerful cameras, top-notch performance, and impressive battery life, it is a device that leaves no stone unturned. While the price might be a little bit on the higher side, the overall experience justifies the investment. If you're looking for the best that Apple has to offer, then the iPhone 14 Pro Max is not for you, because we have the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is absolutely a beast. And that video is going to drop after this, where I'm going to compare and contrast between the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and see if you guys will be able to tell any significant difference. But if you want to save some cash and still get a very decent phone, then I will recommend the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is still a beast even today in 2024. The only thing that might be a bummer is the lightning port, which is outdated in this day and age. The iPhone 15 Pro Max ships with a USB Type-C, which also supports high transfer rate between the phone and the computer that it is connected. Because the USB Type-C is a USB 3.0 compared to the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which uses a USB 2.0 with mediocre speeds for reading and writing. So guys, that's a wrap for today's review. If you have any questions or you want to share your thoughts on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, leave a comment down below. As always, stay tuned for exciting tech content, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.